Have you ever wondered what really happened when China landed on the far side of the moon? Why did they go there first, when every other nation stayed on the near side? And more importantly, what exactly did they find? Because ever since China's Chang'e 4 mission touched down in 2019, a silent storm has been brewing. Strange images, missing data, and a discovery so peculiar that even NASA scientists were left unsettled. But what if I told you China's moon mission may have uncovered something humanity wasn't ready for? Something ancient, something alive, or something that should have stayed buried. The side we never see. For as long as humans have looked up at the sky, the moon has been our constant companion. Bright, mysterious, always showing the same face. The near side, filled with familiar dark patches called Maria, is what we all know. But the far side, the one we never see from Earth, is a whole different world. Rugged, scarred by craters, and bathed in eternal silence. No radio waves reach it from Earth. No signal, no light. It's the perfect place for secrets. That's why when China announced its Chang'e 4 mission, the first in human history to land on the far side, many wondered, why there? NASA didn't go there. The Soviets didn't go there. Nobody dared. Because the far side isn't just hard to reach, it's a communications dead zone. So why risk it? Officially, the mission was about scientific exploration, studying lunar geology, testing plant growth in alien soil, and deploying instruments. But behind that calm explanation was a far more compelling motive. The landing that changed everything. January 3rd, 2019, the date that quietly rewrote space history. At exactly 10:26 Beijing time, Chang'e 4 touched down inside the von Karman crater, within a vast region known as the South Pole Aitken Basin, one of the oldest, deepest impact zones in the entire solar system. When images started coming in, something felt different. The terrain was eerie, jagged, shadowed, lifeless. But then came something else. A photograph showed a strange, gel-like substance, glistening, shimmering under the rover's camera. It wasn't dust. It wasn't rock. It looked biological. China's state media reported it cautiously, calling it a mysterious material. The rover's instruments were immediately redirected to analyze it. Days passed, weeks, no further data was released. And then, silence. The official explanation? Still under analysis. But independent experts around the world began speculating. Could it be melted glass from a meteor impact, a mineral vein, or something else entirely? Whatever it was, China wasn't talking. Secrets beneath the surface. The far side of the moon has a secret, one that's been hiding for billions of years. Beneath the surface lies an unusually dense mass of metal, discovered by NASA's Grail mission years earlier. So massive, it could weigh 5 quintillion tons. Scientists said it might be remnants of an asteroid core, but others suspected something artificial. China knew this, and when they chose their landing site, it wasn't random. Von Karman crater sits right above that anomaly. Let that sink in. The first ever landing on the far side, directly over the moon's most mysterious subsurface structure. Coincidence? Hardly. Some scientists believe China's goal wasn't just geological study, but to probe the anomaly using seismic and radiation instruments, searching for what lies beneath. And that's when something unexpected happened. The interference. After Chang'e 4 landed, amateur radio enthusiasts noticed strange fluctuations in the satellite link between the rover and Earth. The relay satellite, Quickiao, stationed behind the moon, began experiencing signal interference, bursts of unexplained static. At first, it was dismissed as cosmic radiation. Then, data packets began disappearing. NASA's Deep Space Network even detected unauthorized transmissions bouncing off the far side, signals that didn't match any known frequency of the Chinese craft. Was it system noise, or was something else transmitting back? A few months later, Chinese researchers quietly admitted that unexpected electromagnetic activity had been observed, but the cause remained unknown. Unknown. That's a word space agencies rarely use. The green gel. Months after the mysterious discovery, Chinese scientists finally released partial findings. The material, they said, was unlike any lunar rock previously seen. It contained glassy fragments fused with metallic particles, forming a sticky reflective texture. They suggested it could be impact glass, but admitted the composition was highly unusual. And yet, leaked data suggested something stranger: traces of volatile compounds, possibly carbon-based. That raised an impossible question. Was it just geological debris? Or could it be remnants of something once alive? Scientists who examined the images noticed the substance appeared in a small crater, as if something had crashed or emerged from below. Whatever it was, China's National Space Administration immediately classified all new data from the rover's spectrometer. Since then, not a single high-resolution image from that site has been released. The Dark Archive. It's not unusual for space agencies to withhold raw data, but what happened next was different. In 2020, researchers from European universities requested spectrometer readings under the International Open Data Policy. Their request was denied, citing national security concerns. National security for moon rocks. That alone was enough to raise eyebrows. Then came another anomaly. The data feed from the rover showed timestamps with long gaps, entire hours of missing logs during its soil sampling phase. When asked, China's mission team said the rover entered standby mode due to temperature fluctuations. But experts who analyzed the rover's telemetry disagreed. The thermal conditions didn't match the explanation. So what was it doing during those missing hours? What the Americans found first. Long before China, NASA's Apollo 15 mission had flown over the same general area. The crew photographed unusual magnetic signatures near the South Pole Aitken Basin. They noted faint metallic readings, but they had no way to land or analyze them. The findings were quietly filed away and forgotten. Until 2019, when Chang'e 4 landed exactly where those readings were strongest. Some in the scientific community began connecting the dots. The massive underground structure, the electromagnetic interference, the reflective material found on the surface. Could China have stumbled upon an artificial object, a buried remnant of something not from Earth? It's easy to dismiss as science fiction until you realize the region's magnetic field behaves unlike any other on the moon. Even NASA's instruments couldn't explain it. The growing silence. In the years that followed, Chang'e 4 continued to operate, but with each update, less and less data was shared publicly. By 2022, the rover's communication logs became nearly impossible to access. Chinese media focused instead on newer missions. Chang'e 5, which successfully brought back lunar samples from the near side. But among the scientific community, whispers persisted. An engineer involved with the relay satellite system reportedly described persistent anomalies detected beneath the surface, signals that didn't match expected lunar echo patterns. In plain terms, something underground was reflecting radio waves, as if hollow or metallic. And then, the satellite's data feed abruptly ended. No explanation. Inside the basin. The South Pole Aitken Basin isn't just old, it's ancient. Formed roughly 4 billion years ago, it's so deep it may expose material from the moon's mantle itself. That means whatever's buried there could predate human history, or even the solar system's current structure. China's probes detected high concentrations of titanium, thorium, and rare Earth elements, materials often used in advanced manufacturing, not typical lunar geology. Some conspiracy theorists claim China found artifacts. Others say they discovered a natural reactor, evidence that the moon once had energy-producing reactions beneath its crust. The truth? Nobody outside Beijing knows. But one thing's certain. After Chang'e 4's mission, China dramatically accelerated its lunar program. The race for the far side. Following the mission, China announced plans for a permanent research base on the far side of the moon, in partnership with Russia. Their goal? Officially to study resources and establish long-term habitation. Unofficially? Some say it's to secure whatever lies beneath the von Karman crater before anyone else can. NASA responded by reviving its Artemis program. The United States is now racing back to the moon, not just for exploration, but for strategic presence. Suddenly, the far side isn't just a place of science. It's the next geopolitical frontier. Because if China truly found something extraordinary, an unknown material, a new energy source, or evidence of ancient technology, whoever controls it controls the future. The mineral that shouldn't exist. In 2020, Chinese scientists released another finding from their lunar sample studies, a brand new mineral, Chang'e Y, a crystal never before seen on Earth. It contained helium-3, a rare isotope believed to be the perfect nuclear fusion fuel. Helium-3 is extremely scarce on Earth, but abundant on the moon. If harnessed, it could power civilization for millennia without pollution or radiation. Coincidence? Maybe not. Many now believe the real secret behind China's far-side missions is energy, not biology or aliens, but control of the next generation's fusion resource. But that doesn't explain the anomalies, because helium-3 doesn't cause signal interference. It doesn't shimmer in a crater. It doesn't transmit data back through unknown frequencies. So what was that mysterious material really made of? The living hypothesis. Among China's own scientists, an even stranger theory emerged, privately. Some suggested the material's optical properties were consistent with biological film layers, the kind produced by microbial colonies under radiation. In other words, possible extremophile life forms. If true, it would mean life, or something resembling it, once existed on the moon. But how could life survive there? No atmosphere, no liquid water, intense radiation. Unless, of course, it wasn't native to the moon. What if it arrived there from somewhere else? A fragment of an ancient body, or debris from deep space that carried microorganisms across time. Panspermia, the theory that life travels through the universe on rocks, suddenly didn't sound so far-fetched. And that might be the real reason for the secrecy. Because if China found alien biotraces, it would rewrite everything we know about life in the universe. The moon that watches back. In late 2023, astronomers from India's Chandrayaan-3 mission detected subtle electromagnetic pulses emanating from the far side, synchronized with solar activity but showing strange harmonics. Some speculated they could be geological echoes. Others whispered they might be residual transmissions, something reacting to sunlight. If true, the moon isn't just reflecting light, it's reflecting information. And the far side might not be as silent as we think. What the future holds. China's next mission, Chang'e 6, launched in 2024 to collect samples, this time directly from the far side. It's the first attempt in history to bring material back from that region. If the mission succeeds, and those samples contain anything like what Chang'e 4 found, it could either confirm a geological miracle or unveil something far more profound. Either way, the world will demand answers. Because if there's proof that the moon hides biological traces, metallic anomalies, or remnants of unknown origin, it changes the story of creation itself. It means humanity might not be the first visitor to our closest neighbor, and that raises one final question. What did China really find? Let's piece it together. They landed exactly above a massive underground anomaly. They found a shimmering, glassy material with strange compounds. Signals began to distort. Data went missing, and their scientists classified the findings as sensitive. Was it a new mineral? An alien structure? Evidence of past life? We don't know. But one thing's clear. China's silence speaks louder than any press release. Whatever they found, it was important enough to change their entire space strategy, pushing them toward the far side again and again. And perhaps that's the most telling clue of all. Because countries don't race for barren dust, they race for discovery. Maybe it's not about what China found, but what they confirmed. That we've never truly been alone on the moon. For centuries, we've treated the moon as a mirror, cold, still, and lifeless. But what if that mirror has been watching back? What if, buried beneath its craters, lies the story of another civilization, another time, or even another form of life? Like and subscribe for more stories that uncover the secrets they don't want you to know. China's discoveries might have already given us the first glimpse, and they're not ready to share it yet. Because sometimes, the truth isn't hidden by distance, but by silence. Stay blessed and stay curious.